Megyn Kelly has weighed in on Meghan Markle's failed plan.
She's absolutely ruthless.
But today felt like the perfect day to address a theory that many people out there have been speculating on, that Meghan Markle has lied about her age. Is she actually older?
We've got to talk about Meghan Markle.
I remember when she was born, big new addition to the family, and we just have a very young sister.
This isn't about Netflix flops. This isn't about jam jars. And this definitely isn't about palace shade whispered through Buckingham corridors. This is about time, about numbers, about a birth year that refuses to sit still. And once that question was asked out loud, the illusion cracked. We just have a very young sister here. That single line sounds harmless, almost playful. But listen closely, because that's where the seed gets planted. Meghan Markle's name enters the conversation, not with praise, not with sympathy, but with curiosity that feels loaded. And the moment curiosity replaces admiration, reputations start bleeding. This time, nobody's arguing about royal titles or Montecito vibes. They're arguing about how old she really is.
Not a surprise here because, yeah, she lies a lot about her stuff. We've caught her in so many lies. Her own sister has come forward, her family, everybody is exposing the lies that she's been telling.
There's nothing original here.
I hope you're having the best birthday you've ever had. Thank you for everything.
Which is really such a fake when she was younger.
Hi, Daddy.
I got an English award.
100% a bully brat.
And it would only make sense that she might lie about this. Would it be such a big deal? Is it true? Well, thankfully, Steph the Alternate has compiled a slideshow. Let's actually get to the truth of this issue. And it's a surprise. Here we go.
And then it detonates. Megyn Kelly doesn't poke. She doesn't nudge. She drops a birthday bomb. She looks straight into the camera and asks the question nobody in Megyn's carefully managed universe once asked. Is Meghan Markle even telling the truth about her age? That's not shade. That's not snark. That's a direct hit to the foundation of her brand. Because when your entire identity is built on authenticity, even a whisper of deception becomes radioactive. The internet didn't hesitate. It pounced.
He thinks if we just know her, again, like we're going to like her. Okay, show me the friends who know you, who have stuck by you. Who's still in your life? There's not even a family member. They're all gone. Everyone who knew you either fled from you or they were dumped by you.
I would have loved to have had siblings. That's why I'm so excited to be pregnant, so that Archie has some.
Suddenly, Megyn's age isn't just gossip, it's a case file. People aren't debating whether she's 44 or 46 for fun. They're treating her birth year like a photoshopped image, zooming, enhancing, questioning every pixel. Because this isn't really about numbers, it's about control. And once control slips, everything else follows. So the internet rewinds. Northwestern University, early 2000s. A salsa club group photo resurfaces, innocent, nostalgic, frozen in time, or so it seemed.
She had a very clear idea of where she wanted her path to take her.
For the longest time, she wanted to be a dancer.
I just made a little mark on my board and said, oh, there's another lie.
Students smiling, peace signs, that unmistakable early 2000s energy. But when this photo reappears in 2025, something feels off. Most people in the picture are now comfortably in their early 50s, born in the early 70s. And yet, there's Meghan Markle, officially born in 1981, blending in seamlessly. No obvious age gap, no visual contrast, no youngest in the room energy. And the internet smells blood. Fans don't call it coincidence, they call it evidence. Evidence of a timeline that doesn't quite line up.
Meghan Markle has nothing.
Someday Meghan's going to realize that she's obviously missing out.
I think when I was 30, if I thought about 50, I thought that is an awful long way away. And I don't really need to think about it. And then I blinked and I'm 50. That's crazy.
Why are we still here?
Once the smoke appears, people start hunting for fire. That salsa photo becomes a Zapruder film of royal gossip. Alumni records don't line up. Classmate timelines wobble. Dates slide around like they're being edited mid-scene. Suddenly, Meghan's biography stops reading like a clean Ursum and starts reading like a rewritten screenplay. Hollywood might shrug at that. But royalty? Royalty notices everything. When Meghan married into the monarchy, insiders say paperwork scrutiny went nuclear. Birth certificates, marriage licenses, generational records designed to survive centuries. And then comes the moment that set the internet on fire. Archie's birth certificate. At first, normal. Rachel Meghan Markle listed. Standard formatting, no drama. Then, weeks later, poof, the name disappears, replaced with Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. And critics lose their minds. Because birth certificates are not Instagram bios. You don't rebrand them for aesthetic alignment. And if that document could be altered, people started asking the unthinkable. What else could be negotiable? Her birth year, year, her graduation dates, her Hollywood timeline. The fairy tale doesn't look like Cinderella anymore, it smells like a cover-up. And once the rumor escaped containment, the internet did what it does best: roast, remix, and repeat. TikTok exploded. Reddit threads multiplied. Memes compared Megyn to Benjamin Button, aging backwards faster than C. What started as laughter turned sharp, then bitter. And that's when the narrative flipped. The woman once framed as the victim suddenly looks like the director of the entire play. Even defenders start hesitating. Because here's the problem: Hollywood lying about age is an open secret. But royalty? That's a different universe. Monarchies run on legitimacy, bloodlines, records that stretch back hundreds of years. If Hollywood age fudging is cosmetic surgery, royal age fudging is a constitutional nightmare. And Megyn built her public image on truth-telling, on transparency, on being the modern Duchess pulling back palace curtains. But now, multiple birth years float online. 1975, 1979, 1981, missing photos, conflicting alumni details, perfectly timed PR releases instead of clarity. It doesn't look like honesty. It looks like editing. And once people suspect control, trust collapses fast. Court cases make it worse. Documents get combed through. Journalists sharpen knives. Tabloids circle like sharks. And every time Megyn's team tries to shut it down, the backlash gets louder, because nothing fuels suspicion like overmanagement. The brand cracks. The illusion flickers. And suddenly, the question isn't how old is Meghan Markle? It's far more dangerous how much of her story was curated. And once the illusion cracked, it didn't just crack quietly, it shattered loudly, echoing through courtrooms, newsrooms, Hollywood boardrooms, and palace hallways. Because here's the thing: age rumors don't die. They metastasize. Once people believed Megyn's timeline might be flexible, they didn't stop at salsa photos. They went forensic. School records, old modeling contracts, early press interviews, magazine profiles that suddenly didn't line up the way they used to. Dates shifted. Photos appeared in strange contexts. Promos resurfaced that didn't match the official narrative. And every inconsistency whispered the same accusation: this wasn't accidental. Then came the lawsuits. And that's when gossip crossed into danger territory. Samantha Markle didn't just talk, she filed. Defamation filings dragged private timelines into public record. Lawyers went document by document, ripping through family history like it was evidence in a true crime special. Every paper trail mattered now. Every date became explosive. And while some tried to claim Samantha had revealed Megyn's true age, the reality was messier and somehow worse. Court documents didn't settle the debate. They fed it. Because while Samantha confirmed the official 1981 birth year, the damage was already done. The public wasn't listening to certainty anymore. They were addicted to doubt. And doubt is poison for a brand built on credibility. The internet noticed something else too. Every time Megyn's team corrected the narrative, they didn't provide raw receipts, they provided curated responses, perfect statements, carefully chosen photos, strategically timed releases, not transparency, presentation. And once audiences suspect presentation over truth, every move looks defensive. Hollywood insiders started whispering, shaving years off your age? Normal. But bringing that habit into the monarchy? Unforgivable. Royal institutions don't operate on vibes. They operate on lineage, paperwork, and history books meant to last longer than empires. And palace sources reportedly weren't just uncomfortable, they were alarmed. Birth certificates re-examined, marriage records scrutinized, Archie's paperwork revisited again and again. Not because anyone had proof, but because credibility was shaken. And when you shake credibility inside a monarchy, you don't just embarrass yourself, you destabilize trust. Meanwhile, social media turned relentless. TikTok creators became amateur investigators. Reddit threads read like conspiracy boards. Memes hardened into narratives. Every throwback photo got zoomed. Every interview got timestamped. Every casual mention of age became evidence. And here's the brutal truth. Once the internet decides you're hiding something, innocence doesn't matter anymore. Silence looks guilty. Explanation looks suspicious. Defense looks desperate. Megyn's brand, the modern Duchess, the truth teller, the authenticity warrior, was suddenly upside down. Then came the financial fallout whispers. Streaming executives, publishers, merch partners, all reportedly asking the same quiet question behind closed doors: what exactly did we invest in? Because authenticity isn't just a personality trait, it's a business asset. And when that asset looks compromised, contracts start feeling risky. Nobody wants to bankroll the Duchess of Deception narrative. Deals don't always collapse loudly. Sometimes they just stop moving. Delayed projects, quiet renegotiations, less enthusiasm, fewer invitations. That's how reputations actually die, not with headlines, but with silence. The irony cuts deep. Megyn positioned herself as a woman challenging ageism, breaking Hollywood's rules, refusing to be boxed in by numbers. But if she did manipulate her age even slightly, then she didn't fight the system. She submitted to it. Instead of rewriting the rules, she played the oldest game in the industry, edit the story to fit the role. And history is cruel about irony, because now every speech about empowerment, every message about truth, every claim of transparency risks being reframed as performance, not authenticity, control. And the internet never forgets. Once doubt exists, it compounds. Every future appearance resurrects the same receipts: the salsa photo, the alumni confusion, the birth certificates, the shifting names, the carefully curated timelines. This story doesn't end, it loops. Every headline reactivates the suspicion. Every interview invites scrutiny. Every attempt to move on drags the past right back into frame. So now the question haunting Meghan Markle isn't about years. It's about identity. Was she the barrier-breaking duchess she claimed to be? Or was she the most carefully edited character of her own production? Because here's the nightmare scenario nobody wants to say out loud. What if this wasn't just vanity? What if the monarchy itself was misled? Hollywood can survive age lies. The Windsors cannot. And that's why this scandal refuses to die. Not because of numbers, but because of trust. Megyn wanted a fairy tale, but the story the internet tells is simpler and far more brutal. A duchess who may have edited her own life and got caught by the one audience that never stops watching. And as long as Meghan Markle remains in the spotlight, those questions will never stop resurfacing. Because once doubt enters the timeline, every year becomes suspicious. The year becomes suspicious. The year becomes suspicious.